Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe J went solo today. Jason, under the weather. That does not, I'll say this, that does not happen very often. Gosh, Jason, I've been partners, like 8 years? Maybe longer? I think this may be, you know what, he did miss a day of work once, but it was a tooth thing. That doesn't count. This may be the first time ever that he's actually said, I'm sick. They can't come to work. So you only get me today. It is Monday, so very quickly, a couple housekeeping things to take care of. Tonight in Chandler, we have our mini meeting. Make sure, for those of you that signed up, you make it over there. We are booked. We have mini meetings Tuesday and Wednesday right here at the Patriot offices. Those are also booked. We will announce new meetings after Tuesday. We'll have more of these meetings. Congratulations to all of you that were smart enough to buy Texit on the dip. As it, well, gosh, I think it got down to like $3. But yeah, Texit had a pretty good day yesterday, another good day today. But remember, these mini meetings teaching you how to sell it, how to buy it, how to get on the U.S. exchanges. And please, if you have signed up, please make sure you attend, because we only allow, 4 or 5 people, and then we cut it off. So that way, people just need a little time, a little hand-holding. That's one of the great things, for those of you that haven't gotten in on the Texit train, and a lot of you know, I don't know anything about crypto and this. We're going to teach everything. And this is just another example of that. So let's see. I think the Texit meeting, Jason's sick. If you have scheduled an appointment with Jason in Colorado, give us a shout. Obviously, today it's not going to happen. But we'll let you know beyond that. And then I'm not sure about another. I'm sure there's a Colorado meeting. I'll try to get some details out to you by tomorrow. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. The shutdown is over. Donald Trump, I guess, all of a sudden said he doesn't care about the Epstein files. Probably what he should have done. You know what? I said that last week. He should just own it. Whatever it is, it is. Said, go ahead and release them all. So we'll see about that. I know that's been a big deal. I have no idea what the government is going to report. I've heard rumblings that they're going to issue reports that, they were closed. And I heard this one say, maybe we won't. So I don't know. We'll just take it as it comes, as that news comes in. The only really big thing that we got over the weekend, we got foreclosure filings. They were up. Now, it's going to be a big number. It jumped 17% year over year. Florida, Nevada, South Carolina, Illinois, Delaware were leading the charge, if you will. Still a pretty low number. 36,766 U.S. properties faced some type of foreclosure in October. That is 3% higher than September, and obviously almost 20% over October of last year. Foreclosure starts. So this is people just entering the foreclosure process, up 6% versus September. Foreclosure starts up 20% year over year. Completed foreclosures, this is the final stage, I guess, when they, kick you out, up 32% year over year. And again, like I said, that's a lot. Let's not, cover it up and say, oh gosh, 20 and 30% isn't a lot. But it's something where the historic average is like 1%. All of this move, we're still only at 0.5%. So, it's up, but forget about the Great Recession, as they like to call it, right? That was like 4%, but up to 0.5%. Tampa, Jacksonville, Orlando, Riverside, California, Cleveland, Ohio, were the big winners, the ones that were completed. Texas, California, Florida, you know what? They got the most people in it, so I guess that makes sense. So we did get that. Like I said, it's on the rise, but I would not call it alarming unless we start seeing this every month. Then we'll have to start really paying attention. And then corporate bankruptcies, we also got that. That's another one that was, and again, we've known this. We are essentially going to have the highest business foreclosures going all the way back, or I shouldn't say foreclosures, bankruptcies, all the way back to the financial crisis. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. A quick look at the markets. The Dow down 250. The S&P is down 35. The Nasdaq's down 120. The 10-year note 413, kind of just saying, hey, not really sure what's going to happen here. The news out of the shutdown could see another $600 billion of debt. I hope that number's not right. We're already above 38 trillion. Last time I looked, it was like 38.25 trillion. We're going to be somewhere near $39 trillion of debt by the end of the year. We'll see as the shutdown, I guess, stops shutting down, how the debt reacts to that. Been going towards the end of last week, maybe a little pushback on these rate cuts. I don't believe it. I'll just leave it at that. I think they're cutting. There's big problems, as we talked about, I think it was Friday, with the repo markets. Remember, repo market is bad. Reverse repo market, good. Right? So reverse repo market, when that is being used, that is banks saying, man, we got so much more money. We can't even lend out all the money we got. That's the reverse repo market. And then they park it at the Fed. Even the banks don't keep money in the bank overnight, That should really tell you something. But I guess, in honesty, the Fed gives them an incentive to leave it at the Fed. That is empty. There is no money in that. It's never good, right? You would like to have it. Let's just be, right? Probably $500 billion in there, something like that, on a daily basis. There's nothing in there. The repo market, that is when banks say, I need cash for whatever reason, right? We got mortgage payments, wires, we got what insurance payments, car payments, whatever it may be. They don't have enough cash for the amount of money that is going to go out of their bank that night. Right? And you know how they do it, right? They wait. You send a wire. Like if you sent a wire right now, they actually don't send it till the end of the day, right? Then they have debt, treasury debt, auto debt, credit card debt, right? Commercial debt, homeowner, home debt. Right? They got different piles of debt. And in a healthy market, a bank that was maybe going to put money in the reverse repo says, oh, okay, yeah, give me some treasuries, and I'll give you a couple of $1 billion to get you by tonight. And then tomorrow or the next day, you pay me back. And, of course, they charge the other bank a fee, right? Oh, hey, you need to borrow some money. Yeah, I'll take some of your debt, and you give me a few bucks. And then you pay me back the next day or the day after, whatever it may be. That's not working either. Because, well, banks don't have any extra money. So what's happening now is they are borrowing money from the central bank that they're creating out of thin air. Well, they say, oh, well, the central bank now is forced to take their debt and loan it to the banks. That's what's happening right now. So, no, I don't believe that there's not going to be another rate cut in December. Just like I'm certain quantitative easing is going to make a comeback. Right? Quantitative tightening, ends at the end of the month? Not that they're doing a whole lot. But they're already, listen, the fact that they're using the repo facility already means they're already started quantitative easing. Just called it something different. Right now, gold's down 20, 40.63. Silver's higher, $50.60. Both gold and silver squarely now. Looks like silver's gotten, 4,000 is kind of, something really bad would have to happen, I guess, for gold to go below 4,000. And silver really kind of saying, hey, we gave you a brief chance below 50. I don't know that there's going to be another one. We'll have to wait and see. But we did get corporate bankruptcies on pace for the highest level in 15 years. Now, this is something where corporate bankruptcies bottomed out in 2022. Of course, you got to think about, okay, that was, the height of everyone getting free money, right? Doubled almost in 2023. Jumped again in 2024. Getting ready to take out that number. Matter of fact, there's only, 30 bankruptcies, corporate bankruptcies away. And we still got, November. They've got to remember, this is only through October. So you still got the last 2 months left. Going to be close. It actually may take out the bankruptcies of 2010, which was 828. And I think it's going to be close. I think we're going to end up with around 800. By the way, average is like 500. So not quite double what the averages are. Right now, they're saying that these are isolated incidents. So, 665 of them so far. But they're calling them isolated. I guess what they mean by that is Hey, we've had bankruptcies in the auto industry. We've had bankruptcies in commercial real estate. We've had bankruptcies in auto finance. We've had some bankruptcies in some of the tech sectors, maybe some bankruptcies in the housing sector. But overall, we haven't had an entire rout in any one sector. But again, as Jamie Dimon so eloquently put it, right, the cockroaches, they're still coming out. So that is, again, another reason why would you lower rates? Well, could potentially help some companies be able to refinance debt, because that's really what happens. These companies run out of money or their loan payment came due. And most of these companies, they don't borrow like you and I. They borrow for 5 years, 7 years, and then they get a balloon payment. So they only pay the interest. And then they hope the value of the asset that they borrowed against is worth more. And, listen, there's good reason. Well, the Fed, we want inflation on purpose. Right? The banks are like, well, wait a minute, the Fed says they want 2% inflation. Well, 5 years later, God, my assets should be worth at least 10% more. And, of course, they know, God, the Fed really lies. Even at 3%, right, well, 5 years later, it should be worth 15% more. So I should be able to get another loan. Well, unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. And they're not able to get refinanced. And this is why you're seeing a lot of these bankruptcies. A lower interest rate would obviously help. Because let's face it, what happened 5 years ago? Where were interest rates 5 years ago? They were nothing. So these banks, these companies borrowed at a very cheap amount. And let's just say the asset did go up. But now the amount that they have to borrow with the new interest rate, the math still doesn't work. And you end up filing bankruptcy. If they don't lower the rates, next year we'll break records. That's just what it's going to be. And we still may, even if they do. And then the president, this crazy, of Omaha Steaks. Okay, Omaha Steaks, right? I don't use it, but, people get steak sent to their house, right? It comes in the box and all that stuff. Everyone knows, especially around Christmas time, right? That's a big holiday gift. He warned everybody, get ready for $10 a pound, and he's talking about ground beef. Yeah. He said, listen, demand continues to outpace the supply. And he was on Mario Bartiromo Friday on Fox. We're heading to a $10 a pound reality by the third quarter of 2026. You are going to see $10 a pound for ground beef in the grocery store. We will not see prices come down in any way meaningful until possibly sometime in 2027. It's going to be tough on families. There's going to be quite a shock. And I'll say this, buying meat, it is shocking. But to hear what the guys in the industry are saying, oh, you haven't seen shocking yet. shocking's coming. Yeah. I don't know, $10 a pound for ground beef. Wow. And you can pay that now, right? Obviously, you get a grass-fed, organic Wagyu or bison, right? You can pay $10 a pound now. But this is, what he's saying is, hey, this is going to be the cheap stuff. Like, I don't know, right? Those logs, the logs of ground beef that they sell at, like, Walmart and stuff? Yeah. Who knows? They may have to stock. They're going to start locking up the ground beef. They lock up everything else. Yeah, wow. Crazy. $10 a pound. Well, again, I know, guys, I know you don't want to hear it. But this is just the realities of when you continue to print money. And this is all that they're doing. This is why I tell you, get your gold and silver put away. What you've already worked so hard for, preserve it. Because if you leave it in the bank, they're just going to devalue it. You know this. They're just devaluing it. And they're devaluing it a lot more than you think. Right? And then you hear me talking about the need for extra income. Hello? Text it, coin. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Gold down 10. 4,007. Well, make it 8. 4,075. Silver up 40 cents here. 50.90. I got a couple really good items today. $5 Indians. Now, for those of you that may be new to gold and silver, we have the pre-1933, back when our currency was backed by gold. Right? That's pretty simple, right? You didn't have your money being devalued. The only times you had inflation, war, and then the inflation would go right back, it'd go away again. And the banks hated that. Right? They did. See, they wanted to charge interest. And, of course, they said, man, when things slow down, if we could just throw money at the problem, things would be better, right? And they did what they needed to do to take the power away from the government. Still can't believe we allowed it to happen, but yet here we are. And, of course, now the only thing that they do is print. What's the problem? I don't know. Print. Wait, we got a problem. What should we do? Print. Oh, wait, there's another problem. What should we print? We don't have a problem. What should we do? Print. Right? It doesn't matter. But when you think about, the $20, the $10, the $5, the 1 ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, you had the Liberty series, right? That was the older series. 1866 to 1907. And then Teddy Roosevelt came along and said, we are a superpower. We need a coin that is more majestic looking. And that's how they came up with the $20 St. Gaudens. They named it after the artist because the artist actually died right before they were going to put the coins out, right? So the design was done, but he passed away, and then they named it after him, Augustus St. Gaudens, just to kind of give you some history. They didn't make $10 saints and $5 saints. For whatever reason, they decided to go with Indians. So they have the $10 Indian, that is the Lady Liberty. So it's, take that $10 Liberty, and they put an Indian headdress on Lady Liberty. And that was the $10 Liberty. Okay, cool looking. I think, obviously a little more pizzazz. But the $5 Indian, that's when they went all out. They took a male Indian with his war feathers on. They engraved into the coin. Right? They called it an infused design. It was the first time that our government actually put grooves into the coin. And, of course, what rolled around? 1916, here came, right, the first, well, I don't know about the first, the latest version of, like, COVID, right, the plague. And because the $5 Indians had those grooves in it, they thought that you could get the plague. So much so that nobody wanted the Indians because they were that afraid. And the U.S. Mint stopped minting them. So when you think about Indians, they always have that higher premium because they made so few of them. So think about the Saints, 1908 to gold confiscation in 1933. And, of course, 33 doesn't count because they destroyed them all. So 08 to 32, well, they made Indians for like the first 8 years. And then in the case of the $5 Indian, they only minted them like 2 or 3 more times after 1960. Like I think the next one was like, I don't know, 1927, maybe 1925, something like that. I mean, they went a long time without making any. So they're always, just because of the fact that they don't have a lot of them that were minted, and then a lot of them did get melted down when they confiscated gold. There's just less of them. So they're always more expensive. Except when I put them on sale. Right now, $5 Indians. By the way, now, and those of you that know me, this is hands down the coolest coin the U.S. government's ever minted, in my opinion. At least in gold coins. Best one. There are 1,080. By the way, that's $55 off. A $5 Liberty is $1,125. So that's what? $45 less for a $5 Indian. But I'll tell you what, if you want 10 of them or more, I'll take them down to $1,075 at 800-951-0592 on the $5 Indians, 1 through 9, 1,080, 10 or more, 1,075. Listen, a $5 Liberty's $11.25. So you're saving, what, $45, $50 a coin? Yeah, come on. Well, that's compared to the Indian, to the Liberty. Crazy sale today. When we get back, I got some of those half-ounce silver rounds. We'll run again today. And about what's going on with Texit and the move that we're seeing today. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe Jaquin here. Jason's under the weather. I don't know when he'll be back, but until he is, I've got your back here. Huge sale on $5 Indians today, 1 through 9, 1,080. 10 or more, 8,075. Right now you got gold at 4,075. Silver, almost $51. I still have some rolls of the half-ounce silver rounds. There's 20 in a roll. $575 for the roll. If you buy 10 rolls or more, $565 at 800-951-0592. And again, keep adding here because why? Well, we know what's coming. What's coming? Rate cuts are coming. More government debt. I mean, if news on this shutdown is true, they're talking about $600 billion. I don't know. That just seems like a lot. I know it was shut down for a little over a month, but even for us, that's a lot. You know, we'd like to keep it around the $300 billion level. So we'll see what that looks like. So we're going to be, somewhere in the ballpark of $39 trillion in debt by the end of the year. We got rate cuts coming. Quantitative easing's making a comeback, and they are going to print into oblivion. And this is why you're seeing gold and silver doing what it's doing. It's also the reason why I keep telling you the need for extra income. Texit is an opportunity to do that. You guys heard me talk about it forever. And I know so many of you, because you don't understand it, or you think you don't understand it, or you think, maybe you think it's too good to be true, or we don't deserve it, or, and a lot of us that buy gold, we're skeptics. For good reason. But we need something. I mean, Omaha Steaks coming out, it's $10 ground. It's $10 ground beef. I mean, already, what are they paying at Starbucks and McDonald's and all that, right? Almost $20 an hour. Probably going to be 30. Big Mac's probably going to be $20. Right? Can you imagine can I get a combo meal? Yes, would you like to do that on credit? Would you like a loan for that? How many payments can I make to get me a combo meal? Because I need 4 of them because my kids want to eat too. God. How far away are we? I'll take 4 combo meals. That's $100. Don't even get me started on insurance. You're going to have it. And remember, when the mine is full, by the way, 50,000, it's either going to be today or tomorrow. If I'm guessing here, by the time I get on the air tomorrow, we'll probably be at 50,000. So if you want to get in, remember that no more BOGO hash for those after 50,000. All of us that have been before, nothing changes. But we've got the first mega mine. I don't know if you guys know, it's online. They're slowly adding it to the pool. They don't want to break anything. But the mine is absolutely being built. We're showing it to the world. I don't think it's an accident. You got Texas back up near $4. It's not stopping there. We are a little behind. And I know there was a big crypto sell-off. But this is something, and I think I say we're at 50,000, and I'm telling you, I think that's a third full. Even though technically that's like 20%. But right when the mines, when we get up near 100,000, all of you are going to call in and add more. Right? You go, oh, wait, I started with a 1-pack. Give me a 3-pack. Oh, wait, I got a 5-pack. Give me a 9-pack. Right? Give me a 27-pack. That's going to happen. And at that point, you can't be a miner anymore. You can't get daily income. And I don't care. Listen, even when the coin was $3, got to $3. Yeah, but you get every coin you got was worth $3. You were getting daily income. Now today, guess what? Well, now it's $4. And $5 and $6 and $10. I do have, if there's anybody out there that is thinking about doing the max, a 27-pack, call me. Because if you do, the first person that calls for a 27-pack, I will give you a coin that will have a center that will have 400 plus Texas coin. Yeah, that's like a free $1,600. First person that wants to do a 27-pack, $26,865. Going to get over 400 coins. 800-951-0592. Again, a huge special $5 Indian. This is, well, I like to do it. When we can, what we call the stupid dumb pricing. Well, today's stupid dumb. 1,080. It's $45 less than a $5 Liberty. $55 less than a regular $5 Indian. Regular price, $5 Indian. And if you buy 10 or more, take it down to 1,075. And then, of course, those half-ounce silver rounds. Listen, think about it. Silver's going to be $100 soon. Right? It's like a $50 bill, each one of those, right? You get 20 of them in a roll. They're $575. If you buy 10 or more, $565. At 800-951-0592 and put them away. If you want to add or sign up for Texas Coin, same number. Right? The minimum, $995. The maximum, like we said, anyone wants to do the maximum today, you're going to get a coin. One of your wallet coins will have over 400 Texas coin on it. Where's Texas right now? What, almost $4 again? Dextrade's got it $3.98. Yeah. Hello. 800-951-0592. A 27-pack right now as the mine is filling up, because you get less the more the mine fills up. Listen, right now, if you signed up, you'd be getting like 15 to 20 coins a day. Yeah. I mean, let's just take the 15 a day. You're going to be getting like $60 a day. And, of course, listen, $4 is low. $4 is low. I mean, $16 by February, no pay. Oh, no, it's not going to. It will. So I told everyone, so many ways to make money. I've been screaming at you guys to get on these exchanges and buy it. Anything below $4 it's like stealing money. But daily income. How about if you're getting ready to retire? How nice would it be? Hey, you know what? I can get an extra $5, $10, $20, $100,000 a year every year after year. Yeah, I think I'm going to need that, right? And be able to put yourself at ease. Also be able to leave it for the next generation. So many of you have signed up your kids, your grandkids. It just makes sense. Anybody that wants to make a large purchase of Texit coin, call me. If you want to buy, just buy coins outright, $50,000 or more, call me, because I'll be able to get it to you at a price that if you went on the open market and tried to buy it, it'd be a lot higher, right? Because you just spike the price up. 800-951-0592. I'm going to come right back with the half-empty cup. I got Dave Arnold. Hey, Dave's going to be able to